So my newest addiction as of late, game-wise at least, has been this new game Unbeatable that just came out on December 9th. Apparently it's a Kickstarter game. I didn't know anything about it until like 2 weeks beforehand because Opera GX snitched a little bit. Anyway, this game is really cool and I want to talk about it because wow, I've been really enjoying it so far. I have played about 7 hours-ish so far, a mix of story and arcade mode. And oh my god, there is so much just aura. Let me cut it down for you if you're looking at the footage, right? One, music is bangers. Apparently, these are all like DMCA free too. You could just stream or make videos with all the music in this game, at least from what I've read, which is kind of really impressive because I think I read there's also like 70 plus tracks in this game. So that is a ton of music. That's all. So far, I like it all. And now, the big appeal to this game, I'm a big rhythm head. I love rhythm games. I don't play a lot of them, but I love them, alright? You know you're a real rhythm head when you dedicate your life to one or two of them. So, I'll even show you the one. I play this game almost every single day, at least 5 days a week when I go on my lunch break at work. It's Hatsune Miku's A Colorful Stage, or Project Sakai. Boom. Yeah, I play this game way too often. Let me pull up some stats even. So I got the stats for you. I'm rank 84. Okay, it takes forever to get to that, I'm pretty sure. Rank 84, right? But then we also got that's my team right there at the bottom I usually use. I actually can't see my camera while I'm doing that. And here's like all the songs and stuff. So yeah, there's like a lot. I've played this game a lot. If you wanted more credentials, I've played a lot of Guitar Hero as well. I don't know how to pull up that, but I've played a ton of Clone Hero and whatnot. I mean, here, come here. We even just look around my room real quick. We got the drum kit, we got the guitars. Actually, the actual guitars are under my bed, so I can't just pull them out. So yeah, I've played rhythm games for a little while. And the most generic kind of rhythm game that there is, you're going to see is like Guitar Hero, where you have one lane, and that lane it comes towards you. I'll try to put some footage up now. And even in A Colorful Stage, it's the same thing. It's one lane, it doesn't move, it comes at you, nothing too flashy, so it's easy to read. Unbeatable is a little bit different. It not only has more dynamic lanes, but there's 4 of them. There's like 4 coordinates you have to worry about. You have top, you have bottom, but then you also have left, you have right. But it's a 2-button game, so you only actually have to push 2 buttons and you cover all 4 of them. And when you are a big rhythm game player, what you'll realize jumping into new rhythm games is you can read the chart, you can read it totally fine, the notes coming at you, but it's a matter of getting your hands to do what they need to do, because it becomes muscle memory. That's the biggest things with rhythm games, is 1, you need to be able to read the chart, and 2, you have to actually be able to hit the buttons for it. And a lot of that comes down to muscle memory, practice. That's what's really interesting about this game. Colorful Stage, I could jump onto that after playing a lot of Guitar Hero, and it's very straightforward. I didn't have to really take time to learn that game, because it was just like Guitar Hero, but I'm tapping with my fingers instead of using a plastic guitar. Meanwhile, Unbeatable, I like to use controller. I'm a bit of a controller head. I just enjoy sitting back in my chair like I am right now and just playing some games on my computer. So all I really have to do is push 2 buttons on my controller. The difficulty curve of this game though comes at the FOV. The way that it's all set up makes it really hard to learn. It's different. It's different than your normal rhythm game, but a large part of it is because you also are doing left and right. It's not the notes going to the character in the middle, it's the notes going to right to the side of the character. So when you have notes coming from the left, notes coming from the right, you can't just be like, oh, they're going to meet in the middle there. You have to figure out when do I time each one, and it can make it a little bit harder to time them. So my initial thoughts, this is pretty cool. There's actually more of a learning curve than I was expecting there to be, seeing that it's a 2-button game. And this is the big kicker. This is what sold me on the game, was the visuals. Everything looks like it's hand-drawn art, basically. Maybe not on paper, but at least hand-drawn digitally. So the whole thing has this really nice 2D art aesthetic. There's also, not everything's 2D. There's 3D assets, but then all like the characters and the more interesting things are two-dimensional. They're hand-drawn assets from what I can tell. And my biggest takeaway so far is that this game is just a work of art. I mean, playing through the story, it doesn't, so far, it's interesting. It's not the most well-written, or rather well-paced, but it's just fun. It doesn't take itself overly seriously. It has a lot of interest, like fun, interesting characters or whatever. I think that really plays well into what this game is. It's just here to be like a piece of art. You jump in, you have fun, you play a rhythm game. And it has this little story to go with it. You can play along, you can learn about these interesting characters and whatnot. I haven't finished the story. That's why these are just initial thoughts. But damn, is this game fun. I mean, it's got me hooked. I go to work, I come back home, I go, damn, I really want to play this game. And then I end up working on other projects because I'm uploading every day for this month and it's eating all my time. But I'm like, man, I just want to play more of this. So before I go to bed, I sit down and play for like an hour. So ever since this game came out, I've been trying to play like at least 10-20 minutes a night or a day, just so I can get that muscle memory down, and I think I've been learning relatively quickly. I mean, today is the 13th, it came out on the 9th, it's only been 4 days, so I'm actually playing more than an hour on average a day right now, and after I record this and edit the video, I'm going to do exactly the same thing, where I'm going to go and play this game. Now, some more initial thoughts and impressions. One big one is you can tell this is made by people who love rhythm games. There's a lot of accessibility options you can go in and tweak. To go on to that, I think that it's maybe not obvious enough, or it's a little unintuitive how to access these accessibility options. I mean, I only realized these options were there after messing with the arcade mode, where you can just pick whatever songs. For whatever reason, they've hidden a lot of these options behind the arcade section of the game. So if you're only here to play the story, you might not ever realize those options exist, and they can make the game a lot easier, two, a lot more enjoyable if you want it to be. You know, these features are hidden there, and they don't really explain what they are. They're relatively straightforward based on their names, but they're not really told to you, they're not explained, they're just hidden in some options and some menus that you have to go to a subsection of the menus to get to. So you're going within a menu to get to another menu. It's complicated. I've been having to tweak it playing during the story mode, where I'm jumping out of the story mode because I'm like, oh, I don't like the feel of the game right now, so I go and I tweak the options and I go, okay, I like the feel of this. That's my biggest gripe at the moment, is unintuitive accessibility. You know, the options are there. You can tell the developers were passionate about it, but also they're hidden within other menus. I don't get it. But some of these options are quite nice. Like the big appeal to this game is it's flashy, it's aesthetic, it has just this over-the-top sort of motion to it. It's something so visually appealing. It's so nice to look at and nice to play. And a big thing with that is because it's so flashy and there's all this camera shake you can have and all this motion on the screen, and the way that it changes between lanes, it can feel very overwhelming. And it can also be very distracting or hard to read what's happening. You know, for me, I had to turn off or turn down the camera motion because it was just too much every time I hit a note, that it was shaking the whole screen and everything was moving, and I was losing my read on the chart coming at me. I think once I get more of a hang of it, I might turn it back on, because I think aesthetically it was interesting to look at. It's just that when you're trying to play, it makes it really easy to lose what you're looking at, especially with the way that you side switch. There's side switching in the songs, and it can be very jarring, very abrupt, and you don't really have the time to react to the note that's coming up on the screen next, because you're jumping to the other side right as the note appears. You don't really have the time for it. I haven't found anything to fix that problem, sadly, so not really an accessibility option for that. But some of the accessibility options I have found that I think are really nice. There's background dimming. You can turn that up so you can dim the background. Makes it a lot easier if you're if all the colors are just too bright and popping out at you too much. The next thing that I found very recently that I think is a game changer is if you turn on the black bars, that makes it so that the notes are actually appearing on black bars rather than just blending into the background. That can make it a lot easier to see what's happening too. You can change the color of the notes, so if you wanted different colors or it's easier for you to read a certain color, you can change the color of the notes to the ones they have. There's quite a few of them. You can adjust the note speed so that you have a little more time to react to them. It doesn't change the speed of the song, it just makes it so that you have more time to react. So you could also adjust the note speed if you feel like it's too quick for you. They also give you plenty of options to mess with the audio, like the sound effects during the song. I ended up turning it silent because I did the same thing in the mobile game I showed you, Colorful Stage. I get really annoyed when I'm trying to listen to the song, but I'm hearing the clicks of the game where ding, 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 ding. I don't care. I don't need that to help myself keep on track. I turn that off. I turn it down. If it helps you, there are different sound effects you can do. You can also adjust the actual volume of it. That's kind of my first impressions. So to summarize, I think aesthetically it's awesome. It's beautiful. I think that the actual experience of the game is very artistic. It's very artful. There's a lot of soul to it. So far, I think the story is okay. I'm just enjoying the experience. There's lots of random mini games in the story mode that keep you engaged. There's lots of I've come across these moments where it just throws you into a song. You just kind of fade into a song, and then you're just enjoying a scenery to a chill song, and you're playing along with it. I love that. That to me is just the art of this game. Is you kick back and you're playing a rhythm game and you're enjoying the music and you're just enjoying the ride. You're there for the ride and you have fun. I think that the accessibility options are fantastic. The accessibility is so nice for people who like rhythm games and want to get into it. You have a lot of options you can play around with to make this game more accessible for you, because this is relatively different of a rhythm game. My only gripe is that those options are hidden within the arcade section and you can't access them from the story. I feel like you should access them anywhere. I think that the music is great. There's lots of variety here, lots of rock music, lots of chill, like calm music, sort of lo-fi almost. Everything so far I've been really enjoying. You know, I think that this is a game that's going to stick with me. I kind of just want to keep playing. This is a game I can definitely see myself coming back to over and over again, the same way I have with Guitar Hero, and the same way I have with Hatsune Miku's A Colorful Stage. Those are the two rhythm games I always come back to and I play. Everything about it is a vibe that I vibe with, and that's where I'm going to leave you with. Bye.